morning, YouTubers. Decided today take the monstrosity of a truck that I have. It's not in the shop now. Out. It's parked outside. The majority of it's done now. But today, I think, even though it's getting into spring, I'm revamping the heater in my Nissan Leaf. So I've got the back seat out. I'm going to try to get the heater pipes underneath the seat. So right now I've got the board that I had originally cut down in a size, and the remainder of the board is sitting over there. I don't need it. And then the heater I have is right here. So this is basically the nitty-gritty of the heater. So if we take this piece here off, lift up the petticoat, you have your controller board and your original connector, and then you have your I guess the temperature sender and your igniter and wherever the fuel comes in. So that's a Chinesium heater. So that is going to go onto that plate. It's going to go in between these two boards. This is going to get flipped up, and right now that's the space I'm working with. So originally I had it going through this hole. So now what I'm going to have to do is just push it further back and have it between these 2 points. I've taken the back seat out. I'm going to try to go, come on, focus, thank you. Try to go right through this spot here, right over top of the e-brakes, and put my venting through here. And then with my model, I have this plate. It sits over top of that hole and this hole, and then is to show you, sits on like so. So with this out of the way, I can put some piping down in through here, I'm hoping. And then I'll make something that go over top of this that will stop it from big butts just laying on this and then crushing it and being a problem. I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's only the e-brake. Like, come on. I also have heated seats I didn't realize back here. That's kind of a feature I didn't expect. And then what I'll do is since it's going to be under the floor, I'll take and measure out that hole, and I'm going to put a new hole wherever the heater happens to be, and then it's finalized, I'll put a new hole through the floor and then just leave it. Have to get rid of the car or trade it in or whatever, it's not going to be any more than an original hole. So display still sits here and then comes up through here, and then, like I said, the wiring is right here for it. It goes underneath and it goes all the way up. Couldn't show you that because, well, it was bloody cold and I couldn't get this thing in here to show you around. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I've gotten quite far ahead at the moment. I'll bring it along when I get further in and hook back up. So this is where we're at now after a few hours. We've got the heater stuck in there. You still see the e-brake is there. I've got the pump, the filter and all that. It goes through the end board here, wraps around the back side of the heater, comes around, comes back around on this side. The intake is sitting right there. I'm going to put a cover here to allow air to come in on this side of the heater, and then draw the heat from the front or wherever, from the front to the back. So I'm going to have a cover there, and then have this one go underneath the seat. I'm going to try to do it with PVC pipe. Do a 90. If I have to 3D print something, I will. Go underneath the seat with one PVC pipe and see how the seat goes back on and whatnot. and then maybe split it off so it'll go to the other seat. So it'll come down, go underneath the driver's side seat, which is more my concern anyway, and then maybe go off to the passenger side as well, and then dump them underneath the seats. I want it to be on the floor. Right now, the way it was configured before is it goes up to that point, and then basically gives me a sunburn with wind. It would cook my ear. So that's where we're at right now. Slowly but surely getting there, rebuilding what I can. Later on in life, maybe I'll take this back out and rebuild it a little bit better. I'm only doing with what I've got right now. I don't have another piece of board like this, and you can see it even on camera that somehow, some way down the round, I screwed up. This side, the shock tower is actually wider than that shock tower. So yes, visually on camera it is cockeyed. So it has the same spacing here as it does over there, and I cut it that way. And then realized, yeah, I buggered up. Didn't realize this side was thicker than that side. So yeah, oh well, should happen. So that will be, if anything later in life, that's what I'll correct. Right now we're just going to do it this way, see how the concept is, and then I drilled a hole there for the exhaust. So the exhaust is probably right about there or so, and then it'll come down and just go through the floor. I don't have the air diffuser underneath at the moment, so when I go to put that back on, if I have to, I'll drill a hole for that down underneath the diffuser. So yeah, we're getting there. I'll carry on here and we'll bring you when we're finished. So it's the end of the day, well, getting close to the end of the day, and the heater is in and plumbed, well, to a point, but it's in. So here's what I've got now. So the heater sits basically in between those screw holes. You get your tank, which then I've moved the hole. It was I think right about there. Now it's about here for the drain, the fuel line. And I've got all this nice black trunk liner from work, all their scraps and whatnot, and then the rest of that board that was on the floor over there, put some other trunk liner that I had scraps of, threw it on the floor, and then took out the child seat belt thing, because I won't need it. I don't intend on having kids. And then here's what I've done here. So I've still got to get some parts for this piece here to go down, under, and then point it underneath the seat, and then possibly go up and over and then point it underneath that seat. I just got to find out how the seat's going to sit. I have no issues with this so far, but I had to notch out the panel to put it back over top of the e-brakes and then cinch it back down to the floor. So far it all works. So there's what we've got for underneath the seat. There's the heater, the cable, and then it goes out 90, reduces down with some adapters, and then from the adapter I get the PVC pipe, and then it comes over, and then there you go. So it's more of a permanent fix than a temporary one now. Now I'm just gonna plumb the rest of it. So now at least it's in the back seat, it's not whipping past my ear. I should be happy with that for now. Like I said, I just gotta do some more plumbing, and then I'll be done. Thanks for watching. Alright, so now we're all back together. And there's the seat. There's a little bit of a bump there from where it's sitting, but there's the tubes right there. I guess you can't see it really on camera, but the tubes right there, just barely sticking out from underneath the seat. And then once I get all my crap back in the seat, got all my adapters for my charger, the OG charger, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I can't say much more about it. Like I said, you can kind of see there's a lump right there. Even getting that 2-inch tube in there. But yeah, the tube's in there. I've got it fueled back up again. My tank is half full, just below my adapter there. But other than that, I'd say this is a raving success. It's all tucked away. Nobody knows the thing is there. Oh, the exhaust. I still got to tuck the exhaust up a little bit more. It's coming through the floor, almost touching the ground. But I want to get this back up yet. I took that off months ago. Didn't put it back on. So I want to put that one back on. And then I think I'm going to tuck it in behind, just behind the axle where that doesn't sit, and then feed it to the one side or the other side, somewhere where the rocks and dirt and weather and whatnot won't get to it, and it'll still be perfectly fine. And then when this thing sits in the parking lot and you hear this go, whoa, you'll wonder why it's doing that. Later on I'm going to debadge this thing and put diesel electric on it. Friend or colleague at work thought that would be funny to have a diesel electric sticker on the back of it. So I think I'm going to do that later. But for now, I think I'm going to call it a day. I am absolutely tired out of my mind. I'm going to go get cleaned up, call it a day. Now, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Find me on Instagram, some of the stuff I put on there about some of my projects and stuff like this. You can catch me on there, and you can comment on here. Thank you.